Okay, let's jump right in. Tanya for Saturday, for Shabbos, the 27th of Adar Sheni. We're continuing from yesterday where we talked about the two levels of intention. One level is the intention of a medaber speaker, and he actively and uses his mind to consider the greatness of God and arousing love and fear of Hashem and doing the Torah and the Mitzvot. And the other is the level of chai, like an animal, which just does what's naturally. The Jew will arouse his natural love and fear of God and accomplish the same things, fulfilling Torah and Mitzvahs. So, continuing regarding the level of kavanah, which is natural, the natural love and fear, we're going to continue today. For this reason, the angels are called chayot, beasts. The angels are called beasts, and behemoths, animals, as it is written in an angel with the face of a lion is to the right of the divine chariot, and the face of an ox to the left. So the angels are called animals because they don't have freedom of choice. And let's say in the language of the Alter Rebbe, because of this, Gam came so too, Nigroim, called Hamalachim, the angels, B'Shem Chayot Behemot. The angels are called Chayot, like animals, and Behemot, and other type of animal, wild animals and domesticated animals. Like it says, Upanei Aryeh, the face of the lion, Arya Yamin on the right, Upanei Shor, Mahasmo on the left. So we see that these angels are given depictions of animals. Why animals? Because they don't have freedom of choice. And their fear and their love is natural to them. Like it says, Beriah Behemla, in Raya Behemla Parshas Pinchas, it says, no, that's what it says. So that's what it says in Raya Behemla Parshas Pinchas, that their fear and love is natural. The angels. So that is the comparison to a yid that has a natural fear and love, and so it's not out of choice. It's just the way they're wired, and therefore tzaddikim are on a higher level than them, than the angels, and tzaddikim are on a higher level. They have a higher level because of the place of the souls of tzaddikim who Beriah. It's in the world of Beriah, and with Dor HaMalachim, and this place of the abode of the angels is Yetzira, in the world of Yetzira, the lower world. This is so only in the case of ordinary angels that they have no freedom of will, freedom of choice. There are, however, higher angels in the world of Beriah whose service of God is with intellectual fear and love. Ba'enu Bistam Malachim, regarding, now we're saying, the Rebbe says, regular angels. Aval Yesh Malachim, there are angels, Al Yonim, high angels, Ba'elim Beriah, in the world of Beriah, She'avodatam, that their service, B'tchilu Rachimoi, is with intellectual fear and love. B'tchilu Rachimoi, fear and love, Sichlim, intellectual. So there are higher levels, they have this. That's very interesting. Like it says in Raya Behemla, Kamosh Katuba, Raya Behemla Sham, there, Sheyesh Shnei Minei Chayot HaKodesh, there are two types of holy angels, Tivi'im, Sichlim, there are two types, there's the natural and the intellectual ones, and like it says in Eitz Chaim, Behevdo Shabbadeim, and the difference between them is, Kiboim Yetzira, because in the world of Yetzira, the lower level, Mi'iro Sham Midoisav Shel Ein Sof Baruch Hu Levadan, it shines in the world of Yetzira. The midos, the emotions of the Ein Sof, blessed be He, alone. Shein Avato Upachto Virato. That emotional shine is love, love of Him and fearing Him, and dread of Him and fear of Him. Like it says in Tikkun Zohar, and Eitz Chaim, the Shisifirin Mekananim Yetzira, that the 6 Sefirot nest in the world of Yetzira. Therefore, this is the service of the angels whose abode is in Yetzira. The world of Yetzira, as mentioned above, constantly, never ceasing, day and night, to stand in fear and dread of Hashem. That's their service in this. The lower world of Yetzira is emotional. This is their service always, Yom V'Layla, day and night. Lo yisht kotu, they're not ceasing, abode, to stand, but yiro pachad, with fear and dread. Chuli. Vayinu, meaning, this refers to the entire host of the angels under Gabriel, which is on the left. Meaning, called Machane Gabriel Shemet HaSma'o. This is the entire host of Gabriel, which is on the left. The left represents the meat of Gevura, which evokes fear and awe. Therefore, all these angels stand in constant fear of Hashem. The service of the host of the angels under Mechoyo is in love, which is considered the right. So that's Mechoyo is out of Ahava, and Gabriel is out of Yira, and that's the world of Yetzira. In the world of Yetzira, world of formation. But in the world of Beriah, the higher than the world of formation, the world of creation, radiates Hashem and Das of the blessed angel. Now you're talking about intellectual revelations about Beriah, the world of creation. Me'iro Cham shines there. Chachmasoi Ubinatoi V'daitoi Shalom Baruch, which shines the Chachma, Bina, and Das, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Ein Sof, the unlimited one, blessed be He. Makor Midos, which is the source of Midos, the source of the lower world. The aim and the mother of Shorish Lehen, and the roots and their roots. As written in Tikkun Zohar. So again, we're talking about this distinction between using intellect and emotion. That intellect is the higher world, the world in Beriah, and emotion is an effect, which is the lower world in Yetzira. So, as is written in Tikkun Zohar, the Ima Ilah, the upper mother, the sphere of Bina, which is Beriah, as described as mother in the world of Atzilus, nests, radiates in the throne, meaning the world of Beriah. And the 3 spheres of Atzilus, Hakal, Bina, and Das. It says in Tikkun, the Ima Ilah Mekanana Bitlas Viran Bechur Saya Shehu Olam Beriah. The supernal mother, the sphere of Bina, nests, radiates in the throne, meaning the world of Beriah. Because these 3 Sefirot, Chacham, Bina, and Das, of the angels radiate in the world of Beriah, they radiate in Beriah. It is therefore the abode of the souls of those tzaddikim who serve Hashem with fear and love that stem from understanding and knowledge of God's greatness. Who it is, meaning the world of Beriah, Mador, the abode, Neshamas tzaddikim, the souls of the tzaddikim, of the Avaya, B'dchilu Rahimoy, they serve Hashem with fear and love. With fear and love, that what? Hanim Shachot, that's coming out, Mina Bina, Vadas, from understanding and knowing, Gedulas Ein Sof Baruch, knowing, it comes out of knowing the greatness of the infinite one, blessed be He. Sha'ahavazu, this kind of love is called the Ruta de Liba, the heart's desire, Kinzikir Le'el, like we spoke about earlier. From this Ruta de Liba, this heart's desire, a garment is formed for the soul in the world of Beriah, which is the higher Gan Eden, as will be discussed further, and as written in the Zohar, Parshas Vayakhel. So, from this Ruta de Liba, a garment is formed for the soul in the world of Beriah. In Ruta de Liba, Naaseh comes about, Levush, a garment. In the Neshama, for the soul, Ba'olam Beriah, in the world of Beriah, Shu, that it is Gan Eden, Elyon, the upper Gan Eden, like we were going to talk about, and like what's written about in the Zohar, Parshas Vayakhel. Now, however, this applies specifically only to the actual level of the neshama of these tzaddikim. The level of neshama being that of intellect, as it states, the divine neshama will give them discernment, and which represent a superior intellectual perception of the blessed Ein Sof. So this is a level. To say davka neshamas mamash, specifically the souls, literally the souls. Shein bechinas moichin. These souls are on the aspect of mind. Moichin de galut, the broad mind. Moichin de galut Ein Sof Baruch, the broad-mindedness of the Infinite One, blessed be He. But bechinas haruach shel tzaddikim, but there is the level of ruach of the tzaddikim, which is in that area that's a lower level. And also the remainder of the souls of the Jewish people she'avudu et avayat Yetzira Hashem b'techilul rachimu, with fear and love, hamushuteret, which is concealed in the heart of all the Jewish people. So it seems that by the tzaddikim you have both levels, right? You have the higher level, the shama, which is intellectual, and then the ruach level, which is the emotional level. And so now, you have the lower level of tzaddikim, and also the souls of all of Israel who serve Hashem with a natural level, a fear of love, which is not born of intellect but natural. So that ascends to the world of Beriah only on Shabbos and the new moon. Ein olod l'sham, it only goes up to the level of Beriah, rak b'Shabbat, on Shabbat, v'Rosh Chodesh levad. So, meaning to say that even the people that are living on the lower level, they actually attain an aliyah on Shabbos and Yom Tov, where they can go, where their souls go to the world of Beriah, even though normally it exists in the lower world of Yetzira. Let's continue. So how does this occur? It occurs derech abode, by way of a pillar that extends from the lower Gan Eden of Yetzira to the higher Garden of Eden, the world of Beriah, which is called the higher Garden of Eden. So it occurs derech abode, by the pillar Shemigan Eden atakton, from God, the lower Gan Eden, the Gan Eden Elyon, to the upper Gan Eden, from the world of Yetzira to the world of Beriah, Shu Olam Beriah, Hanigar Gan Eden Elyon. And what happens there? Lit aneg, to delight alavaya in Hashem, v'lehanot meziv Shechina, and to bask in the radiance of the Shechina. So, in reference to this world of Beriah, where the souls of the Yidden ascend to the world of Beriah occasionally on Shabbos and Yom Tov. So regarding that world, ki ein hana'ah, there is not a delight, v'ta'anug, v'sechel nivra, there is no delight and pleasure to the intellect of the created being, el b'ma shemaskil mevin v'yodea, except in what that he understands and discerns and knows, umasig, and grasp sichlo bidato, in his intellect and understanding. That's where he's going to derive his pleasure and delight, is from what he understands. What is possible for him, lavin, to understand, ulasig, and to grasp, me'orin sof Baruch, from the Infinite One, within the light of the Infinite One, blessed be He, through his chachma and his bina, his knowledge and understanding, blessed be He, hami'iroit sham b'olam Beriah, which shines there, the world of Beriah, right? Because the Beriah is the world of intellect, so the neshama is only going to receive in the world of Beriah what it understands. And And these souls who serve God with natural love and fear are privileged to rise occasionally to Beriah, higher than the angels whose abode is in the Yetzira, as I was spoken about before, never rise into Beriah. Although they too, like the angels, served Hashem only with natural fear and love. Why then is their service of God considered superior to that of the angels? And what that these particular souls, the souls of the Yidden that served out of love and fear, these souls, what that they are merit to go up higher than the angels, even though that their service of fear and love is natural, just like the angels. So why are the souls of the Jews privileged to go up, and the souls of the angels not privileged to go up to the world of Beriah? Meaning b'bnei she'al yidei dechilu rahimoy shalahem. Because of their fear and love that they had, skaf yisitra achra, the Yidden, they have fear and love of Hashem, even if it's natural fear and love. And that natural fear and love causes them to conquer and to subjugate the evil side, which is dressed up in their bodies. Whether it's the aspect of surmira, to conquer the taivos and to crush them, or bein bechinas v'asetov, to do good, like we spoke about earlier. V'heim hayu b'alei bechira libchor v'ra chas v'shalom. And these souls, even though they're serving Hashem out of a natural fear and love, they are b'alei bechira. They can choose. They can choose in evil, God forbid. They have that choice. U'bacharu b'tov, and they chose good. The skafi sitra achra, to conquer the other side. They chose the good. They crushing the other side, conquering it, causing the glory of Hashem to shoot out. K'yisron ha'or hule, like the advantage of light out of darkness, like we spoke about earlier. So that gives the Yidden that serve Hashem out of natural fear and love an advantage over the angels, because when the Yidden do it, they are conquering evil in order to accomplish that, and the angels are not. So that gives the Yidden that serve God on that level the ability to occasionally rise to the world of Beriah, and the angels do not have that occasional aliyah. All the aforementioned concerns the abode and station of the souls. We're talking about neshamas v'hine kol zehu b'medor haneshamos. They're the abode of the souls, makom amidatam, and the place of their standing. Achba toratan ve'avota ve'ovaratan niklalut mamash b'yud spheros, but their Torah and their service is included literally in the Yud Spheros. Shehin Bechinis Elokus, which is the aspect of Elokus, Vor and Sof, and the infinite light, Mityached Behen B'Tachlis Yichud, and the infinite light is joined with them in the ultimate unity. So let's understand what's happening now. So their Torah and their divine service, however, are actually absorbed in the 10 Sphirot, which are a manifestation of godliness and with which the Ein Sof unites in perfect unity. So the soul's station is one thing, where the soul resides. But what they did, their service in Torah and divine service, is unified with the infinite light. The infinite light radiating each world is completely unified with the sphere of that world. Specifically, this means that one's Torah and divine service ascend to the 10 spheres of Beriah when generated by intellectual fear and love, and to the 10 spheres of Yetzira when prompted by natural fear and love. Vayinu meaning B'yud spheres de Beriah, so it goes to the 10 spheres of Beriah through intellectually generated fear and love, and it goes into the 10 spheres of Yetzira through naturally generated fear and love. Now within the spheres of Beriah and Yetzira, within the spheres of Beriah and Yetzira are clothed the 10 spheres of the world of emanation Atzilus, and they are completely unified with them. The spheres of Atzilus are clothed in and completely unified with the spheres of Beriah and Yetzira. So in the sphere of Beriah and in Yetzira is also contained the highest world of Atzilus. And B'tochan in those spheres of Beriah and Yetzira, Mulibashot, Yud spheres Atzilus is dressed up the 10 spheres of Atzilus, the highest world. And that higher world is united with them with the ultimate unity. For Yud spheres Atzilus and the 10 spheres of Atzilus, Ma'atzilan is unified with ultimate unity with the Ma'atzilan, with the emanator, the infinite one, blessed be He. Ma'ashein Kain and Neshamos. So understanding this, it follows then that they ascend into the spheres of Beriah and Yetzira, the soul's Torah and Mitzvah service actually unite with Ein Sof, the Holy One, blessed be He. The soul itself, on the other hand, in contrast with the Torah and the service, what it did is not absorbed into the godliness of the 10 spheros, but stand instead in the chambers and abodes of Beriah and Yetzira, which are the worlds of Beriah and Yetzira, separate beings that are not united with God, as are the Sefirot. So let's understand this. Mashen Kain and Neshamos, the souls, Einan Niklalim, Be'elokus, B'Yud Sfiros, they are not included with Elokus, in the Yud Sfiros, in the 10 Sfiros. Ela Omdo, but they stand, Behekolot, in the chambers, and Midorin, and in the places, the Beriah or Yetzira, in those places in the world of Beriah and Yetzira. And they delight in the Ziv Shechina, the shine of the Shechina, who in Sof Baruch, it is the light of the infinite blessed be He, Amayuchai B'Yud Sfiros the Beriah or Yetzira, which is unified with the 10 Sfiros of Beriah or Yetzira. And this radiance that they enjoy is actually a ray of the light of their own Torah and divine service. It's a ray of their own service. Because the reward of the mitzvah is the mitzvah itself. And that concludes today's Tanya. That was Shabbos' Tanya. So what we seem to be saying is that the soul itself will reside in either this world of Beriah or Yetzira and take pleasure and delight in the Ziv Shechina and the ray of the Shechina. But the soul, what the soul did, its Torah and its mitzvahs, that becomes united with Hashem Himself, and there seems to be a distinction there. Maybe that's similar to the beginning of Tanya that says the soul is the Chelek Elokah, it's a portion of God from above, the soul itself. But the Alter Rebbe speaks about that the level of the garments are actually infinitely higher. That when the soul involves itself in thought, speech, and action of Torah mitzvahs, that's infinitely higher than the soul itself as a Chelek Elokah. So it's sort of similar over here. That basically when the Torah mitzvahs is really united with Hashem Himself, and that's a higher level than the soul can reach on its own, even though the soul is Chelek Elokah, but there is that distinction. When the soul is on its own, it's not as high of a level as when the soul is being involved with Torah mitzvahs, which unites it with HaKadosh Baruch Hu Himself. That is Tanya for Shabbos, the 27th of Adar Sheni. That was a long piece. And see you tomorrow.